I did my undergraduate work at Mount Union College, which is now actually called the University of Mount Union. But when I went there as the Mount Union College, I actually got my degree in biochemistry with a minor in biology. When I was there, they didn't have any neuroscience. In fact, I was the first biochemistry graduate there. But I was always really interested in neuroscience, even in high school and throughout my undergraduate work. And so I'd really kind of decided that I loved science and I really loved neuroscience, and that neuroscience was the direction that I wanted to go. I just loved answering scientific questions, and so I decided to apply for some graduate programs. So I had, interviewed at all the places. I had kind of committed to one place. I knew where I was going to go, at least I thought. Carnegie Mellon was the last place. I didn't really want to come here because I had already decided. But I'm glad that I did. I decided to just see what it was all about. And within, a couple hours of coming here, I just knew that this was the place that I needed to be at. The sense of community and the feel of community was so different than at the other places I had interviewed at. And there's so many advantages to this department and this program that I feel like I took advantage of in my time here. And so I'm glad I made that decision to come and interview here. I joined Nathan Urban's lab, which again was a neuroscience lab. I defended my thesis in January of 2011. And Nathan's lab is primarily interested in olfaction and the sense of smell in rodents, specifically in mice. And what my research work focused on was studying a specific aspect of olfaction, particularly pheromone detection in mice. And so basically what I did was try to understand how it is that early sensory experience affects the development of the system that can detect pheromones in these mice, which is called the vomeral nasal system. And so we all know that, for early on in development, our ability to, for our brain to develop, we need to have sensory experience, whether it's visual experience or auditory experience. And so we studied how it is that if you expose these animals, for example, to high concentrations of pheromones, how does that affect the development of that system and the wiring and connectivity within that area of the brain. So I think one of the most important skills that I've learned in my time here in my graduate work at CMU was just the confidence level and your own ability to kind of go outside of your comfort zone and to do experiments and techniques that maybe you're not familiar with or aren't used to. And I think that's, again, one of the great advantages of this department, and one of the reasons I'm so glad that I came to this university. Early on, even in my graduate experience, I really had a passion for teaching and learning more about teaching. And so I knew that that was something I wanted to get more experience in than possibly the average graduate student. And so the first way that I approached the department about that was I first approached my advisor. He's your boss, and you're here to perform a job, to do research in the lab. And my advisor, Nathan Urban, was very supportive of me, as well as the whole department, really, as I began kind of initiating this process of trying to learn more and more about how to teach and how to teach well. I just signed a 3-year assistant teaching faculty position over at Carnegie Mellon's branch campus, which is over in Doha, Qatar. And so my wife and I and my newborn baby are moving over in the beginning of August and starting to teach in the fall of 2011. We're really excited about this because over there they don't actually have a biology program established yet, and so one of the goals, one of the hopes is that we can begin to form and initiate and start a biology program over there for local students. And we're really excited because there's going to be a lot of challenges, and it's really an exciting time to get an opportunity to teach students who have very different cultural backgrounds and coming into undergrad. And it's going to be a really unique, exciting challenge, and so it's going to be a lot of fun for both my wife and I and our newborn son. So everyone knows about the great and many research opportunities that there are here at Carnegie Mellon University. There's so many opportunities to make a name for yourself as a scientist and to do great cutting edge research. But there's also so many opportunities to get outside of the university itself even and to reach out into the community. Whether that's judging, science fair competitions or getting involved in tutoring or local outreach for local high schools in the region. There's a lot of opportunities like that, and it takes, in many cases, your initiation to reach out and to get involved in the community. And so those have been some of the most rewarding experiences that I've had here, on top of some of the exciting research and the fun that I've had in the lab. So I definitely want to, if I have any advice, it's to reach out and get involved in different things outside of the lab. It's good for you, and it has a big impact on the community.